In the shadowed halls of an abandoned starship orbiting a forgotten moon, two figures stood facing each other. The atmosphere was thick with tension as the faint hum of the ship's dying systems echoed through the corridors. Dr. Torrin Vex, with his piercing black eyes and telepathic prowess, faced the dollmaker, a grotesque yet mesmerizing figure whose porcelain-like skin and lifeless eyes hinted at the madness within. Dr. Torrin Vex's voice echoed in the dollmaker's mind. "You know this ends here. Your obsession has gone too far." The dollmaker's lips twisted into a sinister smile. "Too far? I've merely embraced perfection," he said, his voice a melodic whisper that belied his malevolent intentions. Without further warning, the dollmaker lunged forward, moving with inhuman grace. Vex barely had time to react as razor-sharp fingers slashed through the air where he had been standing moments before. He rolled to the side, his mind racing. He knew that the dollmaker's enhanced body made him incredibly fast and strong, but Vex had his own advantages. Telepathy. Reaching out with his mind, Vex attempted to invade the dollmaker's thoughts to find a weakness he could exploit. But the dollmaker's mind was a labyrinth of madness, each turn leading to more confusion. The distraction cost him as the dollmaker's fist connected with his side, sending him sprawling across the floor. Pain shot through Vex's body, but he focused, channeling his telekinetic abilities to create a barrier between them. The dollmaker's next blow was halted by an invisible force, his eyes narrowing in frustration. "Impressive," the dollmaker hissed, "but not enough." He extended his hand, and from his fingertips, a fine mist sprayed towards Vex. Recognizing the danger, Vex dove out of the way, the corrosive mist eating through the metal where he had been. He had to end this quickly. Gathering his strength, Vex concentrated, using his telepathy to project a powerful illusion into the dollmaker's mind. The dollmaker staggered, momentarily disoriented by the sudden vision of his dolls turning against him, their lifeless eyes filled with accusation. Seizing the opportunity, Vex reached for his portable transporter device, a prototype he had been working on for years. It was risky, but he had no choice. With a few quick adjustments, he activated it, aiming it at the dollmaker. The dollmaker shook off the illusion, his eyes blazing with fury. "You think you can stop me with that toy?" he sneered, charging forward. Vex waited until the last possible moment, then activated the transporter. A beam of shimmering light enveloped the dollmaker, freezing him in place. Vex concentrated harder than he ever had before, altering the transporter's parameters, rewriting the dollmaker's genetic code and appearance in real time. The dollmaker's screams echoed through the ship as his body began to change, his porcelain skin giving way to warm, living flesh. The transformation was swift and irreversible. When the light faded, standing before Vex was not the dollmaker, but a busty Starfleet ensign, her eyes wide with confusion and fear. Vex approached cautiously, ready for any trickery. But as he reached out with his telepathic senses, he found only the mind of a bewildered young woman, stripped of her former self's madness and malice. "It's over," Vex said softly, both to her and to himself. The ship's systems finally failed, casting the corridor into darkness. Vex knew they had to get out of there before support failed entirely. He guided the newly transformed ensign towards the escape pods, hoping that in time she could find a new life, free from the dollmaker's twisted legacy. As they launched away from the dying ship, Dr. Torrin Vex couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt. He had won, but at what cost? He had taken a life, reshaped it into something else entirely. The morality of his actions weighed heavily on his mind as they drifted through space, heading towards the nearest Starfleet outpost. For now, he had won. But the echoes of the battle and the choices he had made would haunt him for a long time.